What is going on, Nuggets Nation NBA fans? My name is Tom Leuthner. Welcome back to Nuggets Today, presented by Fan Arch. We have some things to talk about. Tough Nuggets loss, but if you've been a part of the channel and have been watching for the last couple episodes, I believe it was 2 episodes ago now, I said that I think that the Nuggets would lose the game, and I'm not going to overreact about it. Now, does it suck? 100% it sucks, but I do want to get into the positives, majority of the positives, before I get into tomorrow's episodes about just about all of the negatives, maybe a bright spot here and there, but a lot that Denver has to improve on. I think that we knew that was going to happen coming into it. And the first thing I want to get into is something I talked about, I've been talking about, and you can't afford to start slow. I mean, a team like the Warriors, they exposed it. You start on a 10-0 run, you take a lead, and then you get tired out when you're coming from, playing from behind, whether that be for 2 minutes in the first quarter or for 10 minutes in the first half. Like you can't afford to start slow against teams who are going to come out and just fire on all cylinders. I mean, Steph Curry looked amazing. There's nothing you can do about that late in the game when I think he had 16 consecutive points to basically take the lead and win. Certain guys on Denver looked unplayable at this point, but at this point in game one. But I mean, like I said, you can't afford to start slow. If the Warriors are able to take advantage of that later on in the game where you're a little tired, then imagine a team like the Thunder when they're fully healthy. Imagine a team like actually the Mavs didn't even look good, but like the Spurs, if they have a guy like Wemby who gets the time on the bench with Cornette coming in, like there are going to be teams that can pick that apart. The Rockets, for example, when they get their full team back because they've been playing a little unhealthy, it's tough to see that Denver's not missing anybody and they're losing this game. That's the one thing that bothers me. They don't have a single player that's out for this game. The Warriors were missing Moses Moody. I believe Quentin Post left the game. If you watched the entire game, he was on the bench. His knee was iced up, and that means that they were playing without their backup center. They were playing a guy who was, I think, was a 54th pick in Richard, and he was coming out and he gave them good minutes. What are you supposed to do in that kind of situation? So starting slow cannot happen. It really can't. But um, I guess the other thing I'm going to hop into here, the second topic, is just Aaron Gordon, how amazing he played, and how, I mean, listen, if that was the case that he was going to play like this and he was going to have another step up in what he's able to do, then Denver didn't need to go out and sign the shooters that they got. I mean, it didn't even look like it helped, to be honest. I think I just said at this point I'd rather just have MPJ back with how bad Cam Johnson played. But I mean, Aaron Gordon is a different level, man. He went 10 for 11 from the 3-point line, 17 for 21 from the field, dropped 8 rebounds, 50 points, 2 assists. I mean, like one, he had a block. He was so well rounded today, just as a player. I mean, he did everything that you needed him to do realistically to attempt to win this game. I mean, he took pull up threes with ease, which is something that we've seen him sort of, step into and ease into this past year. But he went 7 for 7 from three in the first half, at the end of the first half. Um, I like he was the guy to go to, and I feel like Denver still didn't go to him. Jokic had an off game. Jamal had a pretty good game on the stat sheet, but if you watch the game, I don't think that he really contributed much, missing wide open threes. Um, but I mean, he checked back in around the 9 minute mark in the fourth quarter, and Denver immediately went back on a 7-0 run. And all 7 points were because of him. He is a guy who truly looked phenomenal. Like I said, the end of last year, he is Denver's second best player. It's not close, in my opinion. He is somebody who does legitimately everything. He plays the best minutes alongside Jokic. He's the guy who shoots the best from the field, especially this past year. Probably plays the best defense on the team. He does everything, and Christian Brown looked like a little bit of a liability there too, and he's what I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But Aaron Gordon is the second best player on the Nuggets, and there's no denying that at this point. He is the clear number two, and I think that if he keeps it half of what he did today, he's an all-star. And I think that was my hot take going into this year, that if there was one all-star, actually I believe I'm going to say Cam Johnson, or I think the hot take was that it would be Aaron Gordon and not Cam Johnson, and that Jokic's first all-star teammate would be Aaron Gordon alongside Cam Johnson, just because Cam drew the attention, which he didn't even do tonight because he didn't do anything special or anything at all. at that point, like he did nothing, and I'm going to get into that tomorrow. But I want to try to stay positive because I'm not too mad. Listen, a loss is a loss. You're 0-1. You're not undefeated now. The Warriors look good. It's tough. They have a lot of veteran leadership. So does Denver, but sometimes Steph Curry becoming Chef Curry again helps out a little bit. The next thing I want to hop into is Jonas Valanciunas, and the non-Jokic minutes actually looked good. I mean, he was able to come in, and there was a couple things that I want to nitpick and pinpoint. And the first thing is that his mid-range jump shot looked elite. Like, you just give it to him at the top of the post or at the top of the key, and one step in, and he was hitting the shot. I think he went 2 for 3 from the that around that area, right past the free throw line. He looked great, right? He did. The one thing that was nice seeing was he sort of mimicked the Jokic and Jamal Murray two-man game where it didn't look like they lost a step, right? He comes in, they're immediately running that two-man screen and roll, that two-man screen and pop. I wish I would have seen him take a three potentially and maybe hit one, but he went 4 for 5 from the field. He had 8 3 and 2 in 12 minutes. I mean, how could you not be happy with a performance like that? Like I said, it was like they almost didn't miss a step when he came in and they were running the two-man game. He was able to do just about everything that Jokic was able to do. The one thing that I saw, too, that he was trying to do was he was doing the Jokic inbound where he grabbed the ball immediately and tried to just launch down the court to try to get a free outlet pass. No, it didn't work out. There was nobody down there. But at the same time, like, it was nice to see that he is on the same page as Jokic, and those minutes are being played by somebody who's Jokic, but a little bit lesser. Like, he's not being played by somebody who runs a completely different role. He was playing like Jokic, and again, he's a little bit worse, but at the same time, if you could give somebody 8 3 and 2 in 12 minutes, then I'm super happy about that. Like, it's great, The last thing I want to hop into is Christian Brown, and I'd like to see more from Christian Brown, right? Like, you look at what he did today. He went 3 for 7 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, which I guess he hit a 3 earlier in the game. They counted as a 2 because his foot was on the line. He had 6 4 and 2 on the defensive end. He had 5 fouls. He had 2 turnovers, no steals, no blocks. Curry fried him, right? Like, he's supposed to be the best defender on the team when it comes to starting 5, maybe outside Aaron Gordon. He got destroyed by Curry. You need to see more from Christian Brown. This huge extension, this massive leap was supposed to happen, and he did nothing. The big thing was that his jump shot was going to improve again. I didn't see it, right? His jump shot looked good. The one jump shot that he did take that they counted as a 2, it was a knockdown. I wanted to see more jump shots from him. I wanted to see more from him, and what we got was more turnovers. He didn't look good with the ball. He sort of just looked out of it. He was getting fried by Curry, and I know they run so many screens and you're chasing Curry around, so I'm not saying it's an easy job, but with the extension you just got, you have to be the guy who needs to be at the level that you were at last year. Like I said, 3 for 7, 6 4 and 2. We can't be getting that. I knew that there was going to be a drop off in points, but you went from 15 points a game, I believe, last year to 6 in the first game. We can't afford to have 6 points from Christian Brown. You need 10 points. You need 11 points. You need a steal and a block. Like, that's what you were there to do. That's what you just got paid $125 million to do. And if you're not doing that, then Denver can't win anything. This team, like I said, there's a lot of figuring out. And I'm not going to be, too nitpicky and say that this is so negative and all this stuff. There's a lot of figuring out. We know that. But at this point, it's a loss. It sucks, but you take it and you move on, and hopefully you win the next game. But that is all I got for you guys today, Nuggets Nation. Because I'm on the East Coast, it is currently 1 o'clock in the morning when I'm doing this recording right after the game. So I'm extremely tired, but I wanted to get an episode out for you guys just so that you guys got something to listen to, my input and my perspective on what I think needs to be done, and just a couple topics for you guys. But I'll have some more for you guys tomorrow. If you guys want me to cover anything from this game, please let me know down below so I get you guys involved. I will mention whoever comments, but that is all I got for you guys. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so. Leave me a comment if you want me to cover anything, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.